Educative and entertainment programs can't stop, won't stop. On Ebona, the 103.5 FM.
Everybody gyrate. Oh yeah, everybody gyrate. Gyrate. Yes, so you are listening to Ebona BFM 103.5. Come on. 21 weeks the gyration master. Don't touch that dial.
Who's bad? Hit it! Ebona, the 103.5 FM.
Nna na nwa na mmụọ nsọ. Angels.
Mama Poseidru Agwaptal Maria. Ekene Maria Egyptian na Grace Osebru Anonyeli Ede Ngozi n'etiti Igboro niile ọ jazi Ngozi nwa afọ gị Jesu.
Maria dị asọ nne nke Chukwu rịọbara ebe ndị njahịrịọ kịta na amanọnwa anyị amen.
Nyeju odibo nwanyị nke Osebru ụwa. Ekene Maria Egyptian na Gracia Osebru Anonyeli Ede Ngozi n'etiti Igboro niile ọ jazi Ngozi nwa afọ gị Jesu.
Maria sọ nne nke Chukwu rịọbara ebe ndị njahịrịọ kịta na amanọnwa anyị amen.
Okwu emela arụ.
O wee binyere anyị.
Ekene Maria Egyptian na Gracia Osebru Anonyeli Ede Ngozi n'etiti Igboro niile ọ jazi Ngozi nwa afọ gị Jesu.
Maria dị asọ nne nke Chukwu rịọbara ebe ndị njahịrịọ kịta na amanọnwa anyị amen.
Yọbara anyị ayọ ọnne nke Chukwu dị asọ.
O wee metụ n'aka nkwa nke Kristi.
Ayịyọ anyị na-ayọ gị o Chukwu ka enye Gracia n'ime obi anyị ka anyị bụ ndị nje butere ozi ọma wee mara iwere arụ Kristi nwa gị site n'afọ ya na obi ya wee bata n'osito na mbilite n'ọnwụ ya site na Kristi dị nwe. Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Etu ọ dị n'isi na kịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebebe amen.
Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Etu ọ dị n'isi na kịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebebe amen.
Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Etu ọ dị n'isi na kịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebebe amen.
Ka mkpụrụ obi ndị niile kwerenụ gara aga
Site n'ekpere nke Chukwu ka ha zuru ike na ndokwa.
ka mkpụrụ obi fa zuru ike na ndokwa.
Amen.
Onye nwe anyị nọnyere ụnụ.
Nọnyekwara mmụọ gị.
Ka Chineke dị ike niile gọzie ụnụ. Nna na nwa na mmụọ nsọ.
Amen.
Listen to news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus, 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebona, the FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that people are hoping for a new Nigeria.
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/.
Good morning and welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM news update. Today, Monday, the 17th day of July 2023. And the time is 4 minutes past the hour of 6. Martin Ifanshuku Ekeze is my name. The headlines. Daughter arrested for maltreating aged mother in Anambra, Imo 2023. Ashono Labour Party candidate urges indigents to rescue state from misrule. Sit at home cost Ebonyi, Anambra orders 144 days in 6 months. Subsidy removal. Ebonyi government approves 10,000 naira increment in workers' salary. Uzodimma raises Imo workers' salary. Putin warns that Russia will drop its own cluster bombs if Ukraine uses the controversial US-provided munitions. Now, details. Daughter arrested for maltreating aged mother in Anambra. The police in Anambra State have arrested a woman, Okamaka Udeugbo, her aged mother as captured in a viral video. Newsmen reports that the 50-year-old suspect was arrested on Saturday, July 15th in Umudunu village, Abagana, in Njikoka local government area of the state. Okamaka was seen flogging her naked aged mother repeatedly and throwing buckets of water on her as she lay on the floor. The state police public relations officer Ikenga Tochukwu confirmed this in a statement on Sunday, saying that the suspect flogged and kicked her 75-year-old mother. According to the PPRO, the State Commissioner of Police, Aderemi Adoye, has directed the transfer of this case to the state CID in the public interest. The PPRO also said the Commissioner of Police has authorized that the aged woman be handed to the Commissioner for Women Affairs for adequate care by the Anambra State government. He said the suspect would be arraigned in court at the end of the investigation. Imo 2023, Ashono Labour Party candidate urges indigents to rescue state from misrule. Senator Atan Ashono, governorship candidate of the Labour Party for the Imo State gubernatorial election, has urged Imo indigents in Lagos to collaborate with him to rescue the state from misrule by electing him come November 11 election. Ashono made the call during a gathering of Imo indigents residing in Lagos organized by the concerned Imo indigents in Lagos State. The forum took place at the Eco Club, Surulere, Lagos, on Saturday, lamenting the worsening insecurity situation in the state marked by gruesome killings and bloodshed of youths, men and women. The Labour Party candidates taxed the people on reclaiming their mandate. Let us join the movement to take back Imo from inept administrators that had run the state aground by returning home en masse to vote in the November 11 election. Ashono pledged to tackle insecurity, improve the electricity power sector, prioritize human capital, implement local government autonomy, overhaul the healthcare system, and revamp the agricultural sector, among others. He said the primary functions of the government is to protect lives and properties of the people. Unfortunately, this is non-existent in Imo State. Imo State has become the most insecure place on the face of the planet now, comparable only to Somalia and Afghanistan. My administration approach in tackling insecurity. We are going to have one-on-one dialogue to address concerns of aggrieved parties in order to achieve a peaceful resolution to the problem of insecurity and other agitations in Imo. He added that he will also turn Imo Airport into a cargo hub in Africa. Recall that eminent Imo indigents from all walks of life turned out in their numbers, including the national vice chairman of the Labour Party Southeast, Chief Innocent Okeke, as well as veteran singer and actress Onyeka Onwenu, popularly known as the Elegant Stallion. The highlight of the event was by the legendary musician who sang a piece, Kanyi Dozie Imo State, in support of Ashiono's campaign. Sit at home cost Ebonyi, Anambra, others 144 days in 6 months. Residents of Ebonyi, Anambra, Imo, and Abia State have observed the sit at home for not less than 144 days from January till date. Investigations by newsmen revealed this was in spite of the directives by governors in the region that people should ignore the directive. The sit at home was declared in the 5 southeastern states by a splinter group of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra led by Simon Ekpa, while the Nnamdi Kanu-led IPOB has distanced itself from the sit at home. Many people have continued to blame the separatist group for the directive, which has led to killings and destruction of property. The sit at home was enforced in the region on Monday until Ekpa group declared 1 week sit at home a couple of days ago. Meanwhile, findings by our correspondent indicated that the sit at home had been observed for at least 31 days in Ebonyi State, 48 days in Anambra State, 28 days in Imo State, and 37 days in Abia State. The Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Ben Kalo, disclosed on Friday that within 2 years, the zone had lost about 4 trillion naira due to the sit at home. Speaking at an event organized by the Ndibo Amaka Progressive Markets Association in Lagos, Kalo, who didn't disclose the source of the data, stated, "We cannot afford to retreat from our business endeavors. The stay-at-home order on Mondays has resulted in staggering losses of 4 trillion naira in the last 2 years in the southeast alone, according to statistical data. that apart from the weekly Monday sit-at-home which the residents were forced to observe, the exercise declared by the Finland-based EPA recorded about 15 days, bringing the total number to 48 days in the state. Despite the assurance and effort of state government and security agencies, the people, especially traders, had continued to observe the sit-at-home for fear of being attacked or their shops burned. Governor Charles Soludo had, through his press secretary, Christian Aburime, urged residents to ignore the sit-at-home, adding, Simon Eba is a fugitive and rabble-rouser who should be completely ignored by the citizens of Anambra State and, by extension, the Southeast. Subsidy removal approves 10,000 naira increment in workers' salary. The government of Ebonyi State Executive Council has approved a salary increase of 10,000 naira for workers to cushion the effects of petrol subsidy removal. The government also approved the recruitment of 1,454 workers in the state. Approved a salary increase of 10,000 naira to workers to cushion the effects of petroleum subsidy removal. The State Commission for Information and Engineer Jude Ogo disclosed this while briefing journalists on the outcome of the State Executive Council meeting chaired by the State Governor Francis Nwifuru in Abakaliki, the state capital. Mr. Ogo said the of council approved that 10,000 naira be added to every worker's salary in the state to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy removal. His Excellency also mandated SSG Professor Grace Umezurike to look into the finances of the State University, EPSU, to know what comes out and goes into the university to help to determine the upward reviews of subvention to the university. Council also approved the employment of 1,454 into the state civil service to fill in vacancies created in the services over the years. He said the council also deliberated on crises in some parts of the state and set up a committee with a view to resolving them. According to him, the committee is to look into the Eza Efum and Efum crisis in Ohauku local government area, Isunkwo Abomege crisis in Onitsha local government area, Amana Ikwo in Eza South and Ikwo local government area, among other areas in the state that has crises. His Excellency, the governor, also suggested the only people of unquestionable character and proven integrity will be nominated into the committee, he stated. Will be nominated into the committee, he stated. Uzodimma raises Imo workers' salary. The governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodimma, has announced a new minimum wage of 40,000 naira for workers in the state to ease the pains caused by the removal of fuel subsidy. The governor also announced 5 billion naira revolving loan for farmers, as well as free transportation and medical care. Uzodimma made the announcement during a special meeting with critical Imo stakeholders on Saturday in Owerri. The governor said the free transportation, feeding, and medical care were for civil servants. He said other palliatives include the establishment of marketing and commodity boards, mass housing, and recruitment of more teachers. Uzodimma said that the government had also initiated scholarship scheme for Imo students while retirees will be paid promptly. It is clear to me that our people are suffering, particularly the low-income earners and those in paid employment. I have therefore convened this special meeting with the leadership of organized labor, traders, farmers, and artisans to announce the comprehensive palliative measures we are putting in place, which I am sure will ease these sufferings, he noted. He expressed confidence that the measure would stimulate the economy, create additional jobs, and enhance workers' wages. Let me say, however, that although the impact of the first subsidy removal policy in the short run, it will in the long run bring positive results. There shall be an immediate upward review of the salaries and wages of workers in the state. The minimum wage is hereby raised to 40,000 naira with discretionary consequential adjustment. At least your salaries will be able not only to take you home, but to also provide your basic necessities to enable you to make ends meet, he said. Uzodimma directed the state head of service to work out the modalities for the daily free meals for civil servants as well as free medical treatments for farmers. A revolving loan will be released immediately to stimulate production in the value chain. American Archbishop of Owerri Ecclesiastic Province, Most Reverend David Onoha, commended the governor for taking the lead in providing solutions to the suffering of the people. Also speaking, the chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Dr. Philip Mwansi, commended Uzodimma for his leadership qualities, which he noted had started yielding results in the southeast. Uzodimma for his leadership qualities, which he noted had started yielding results in the southeast. Now we move over to the foreign scene. Putin warns that Russia will drop its own cluster bombs if Ukraine uses the controversial US-provided munitions. Russian President Vladimir Putin said in an interview published Sunday that Russia has a sufficient stockpile of cluster munitions and warned that Russia reserves the right to take reciprocal action if Ukraine uses the controversial weapons. In his first comments on the delivery of cluster munitions to Ukraine from the US, Putin said that Russia has not used cluster bombs in its war in Ukraine so far. The use of cluster bombs by both Russia and Ukraine has been widely documented, including by the Associated Press and international humanitarian organizations, and cluster rounds have been found in the aftermath of Russian strikes. Until now, we have not done this, we have not used it, and we have not had such a need, he said. The munition, which are bombs that open in the air and release squirrels of smaller bomblets, are seen by the US as a way to get Kyiv critically needed ammunition to help bolster its offensive and push through Russian front lines. Ukraine has been trying to encircle the city since losing control of it to Russia in May. Putin claimed that the Ukrainian counter-offensive had been thwarted in another excerpt published by Zarubin. This is where we draw the curtain on news update on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Daughter arrested for maltreating aged mother in Anambra, Imo 2023. Achono Labour Party candidate urges indigents to rescue state from misrule. Sit-at-home cost Ebonyi. Anambra orders 144 days in 6 months. Subsidy removal. Ebonyi government approves 10,000 naira increment in workers' salary. Uzodimma raises Imo workers' salary. Putin warns that Russia will drop its own cluster bombs if Ukraine uses the controversial US-provided munitions. You just listened to news update on Ebona 103.5 FM news, produced and read by Martin Ifeanyi Ekeze. Thank you for listening to Ebona 103.5 FM news update this morning. Good morning.
Listen to news updates on Ebona 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekday. To be informed, news updates, live reports. Ebona FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM. Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebona 103.5 FM with Martin Ifeanyi Ekeze every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebona 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/GistFM every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
Ladies and gentlemen, tight your seatbelt as we take you on this smooth ride. Let's go! It's the morning drive on 103.5 Ebona FM, keeping your morning engaging as we take you through the smoothest ride on radio
From 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Getting your morning inspired, be informed, let's interact only on the morning drive.
Make it a date with Martin Ifeanyi aka Meta.
and Tracy Epi Emenari. aka Classy.
From Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
on the morning drive.
103.5 FM.